Hey guys, so I am currently 15 weeks pregnant and my next midwife appointment is scheduled for when I'm 17 weeks. And when I made that appointment, they didn't say anything to me about scheduling the anatomy scan. So I'm kind of guessing that they're not going to do it at my next appointment. And that kind of leaves me to wonder if they're going to wait another 4 weeks after that to do it, in which case I would be 21 weeks. So, I mean, I'm okay with that, but at the same time, I'm kind of anxious to find out what we're having. So I decided to look into some old wives' tales about predicting gender at home. And so that's what this video is about. I looked into a couple of different ones. The easiest ones obviously were the Chinese and the Mayan calendars. And both the Chinese calendar and the Mayan calendar are predicting that we are having a girl. So, I mean, I don't really know how reliable that is. I never checked the Mayan calendar before. I did look at the Chinese calendar last time, and it said we were having a boy, and that was obviously wrong considering we have all girls. So, I mean, this is really just for fun and something to help me pass the time. Another one is looking at the baby's heart rate. They say if the heart rate is above 140, that it's most likely a girl, below 140 is most likely a boy. Each time that I've gone to the doctor and they've taken the heart rate has been in the 170s. So I would say that that's saying that we're most likely having a girl. And considering that heart rate is the same as my last daughter, she was always in the 170s. She always had a super fast heart rate. Another one is acne. Supposedly, if you break out worse, then you're supposed to be having a girl, because I guess they say that a girl takes up all your beauty. If your face clears, you're supposed to be having a boy. Facial wise, I haven't really changed. So my skin condition is basically the same, except for on my back. I have gotten back knee, so I don't know if that still counts, but I did get back knee with my last pregnancy as well. So I'm going ahead and putting another check in the girl column for that one. Another predictor is morning sickness. They say that if you're really sick, then that's typical of a girl. If you don't really experience morning sickness, that's more typical of a boy. Again, all of my pregnancies, I've had pretty bad nausea and vomiting. So another tick for the girl column. Another one has to do with extra hair, and not necessarily on top of your head. They say that if you're getting like extra hairy, I guess if your hair is growing faster or thicker, like on your legs or whatever, then that's typical of a boy. And I guess it has something to do with the extra testosterone. And that is definitely not the case here. I have never had a problem in my pregnancy with getting extra hairy. So, yeah, I'm putting myself down for another check in the girls column. And then dealing with cravings. They predict gender based off of your cravings as well, which I never knew until this pregnancy when I started looking these things up. They say if you're craving sweet things that you're having a girl, and if you're craving salty or sour things, you're having a boy. Now, this pregnancy, I haven't really had any, things that I've just had to have. Like, last pregnancy, I definitely did. I was all over candy and ice cream and bacon and mayonnaise and avocados and just some weird things. but candy was always my weakness, and ice cream. So I guess I could say I was craving sweet things there. This time, I mean, it's really kind of a mixture. I have my days where I kind of want something sweet, but a lot of the time I am looking towards the salty stuff, like chips and pretzels and just things along those lines. So I think for this one I will go ahead and put a check mark in the boy con. And then the last test that I did was the baking soda and urine test, which I will put a video of at the end of this. But basically what you're supposed to do is take about 2 tablespoons of baking soda in a cup, and then you take some of your urine in another cup and you add your urine into the baking soda. And if it fizzes, it's supposed to be a boy. If there's no reaction, it's supposed to be a girl. And I looked up quite a few videos and things on this to see what constitutes as fizz or not. And from my understanding, like, you need to have a good amount of fizz, not just like a little bit of stuff going on. Like, I'm talking about like when you pour a beer and you get the head on a beer, that like thick foam. I think that's more or less what you're supposed to be looking for in a boy result. And I did this test a couple of different times because I generally keep my baking soda in the refrigerator, and I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be cold or room temperature or if it mattered. So I did it 2 ways. I did it with cold baking soda and room temperature baking soda. And both times it came out the same result. And if you want to see that result and my final list for how many predicted girl versus how many tests predict boy, then go ahead and watch my baking soda video until the end. And I guess that's all for now until I talk to you guys again. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Thanks. What you're supposed to do is take 2 tablespoons of baking soda and then add your urine to it. And if it fizzes, then it's supposed to be a boy, and if it doesn't, then it's a girl. So here we go. And I'm going to try not to spill. And there's a couple bubbles from pouring it in the cup, but other than that, there is absolutely no fizzing going on whatsoever. The baking soda is just sitting down at the bottom doing nothing. So that means, according to old wives' tales, that it's supposed to be a girl.